Itaola SoccerBeat lovers, bafethu, your boy Lebzangwana, the real cheese cheddar. You know the story, bafethu, the mozzarella, Petu Nipi, Slim Cut, God Mark, Professor. Bafethu, welcome to Talking Pirates on SoccerBeat. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for those that have subscribed, and for those that have not, please do the right thing and click on that button. The latest on Talking Pirates, bafethu, confirmation about the new signing of Orlando Pirates. Sipho Mbule, the chef, has joined Orlando Pirates. That is the breaking news currently. So I want to ask the guys about the signing of Sipho Mbule because it's got a lot of controversy and a lot of questions around the signing. But I myself feel a quality player. I think a player that can contribute to Orlando Pirates. But yeah, let me not indulge too much on it. Obviously there was talks with Sipho Mbule having joined Orlando Pirates. He was linked with Kaizer Chiefs at some stage. And yeah, Moeneeb, when you saw the news, what was your reaction, my guy?
Listen, I'm going to be honest, right? That's all I can be, right? For me, listen, I'm not excited about the signing. Neither am I disappointed about the signing. But I am worried about the signing. I think this is the first signing where I feel I'm worried about, because this boy has so much potential. This boy can be a match winner. This boy has the talent. This boy has the ability. He understands football. Football is in his blood. That is who he is, But it's not the football that we're worried about. It's the off-field antics that we're worried about, and that is a bigger worry than the quality that he possesses, because the stuff that happened off from the field is what affects his ability on the field. And that's been his experiences with all the teams that he's been by, So I'm really worried, man. I would love to be excited because I am excited about his ability. But coming to a ship like Orlando Pirates, if you can tell me, my friend, name me one player who's come to Orlando Pirates and revived his career. Name me one. No.
No, they tried with Mr. Masangu, Jabu, known as Jabu Pula back in the day. I remember
Emphasis.
Moeneeb. I don't want to cut you. I don't want to cut you, but I can just share a little bit about when Jabu moved
100%.
from the arch rivals coming to join Orlando Pirates. Things are not going well. He got to Pirates, eventually then ended up having to change his surname to Masangu, and all of that was done by Orlando Pirates to try and revive his career. So yeah, that's just one player that I know of. You can continue, Nipi.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And it was not successful. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't successful. In the land of pirates, there it's a different world. Only we know that's been inside there what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? If things don't go your way, you get ignored and you're on the outside there. And that is when you that have a little problem. That is why his nickname is the chef, ne? Jesus, man. I just hope these people don't come in and all of a sudden his nickname is the barman. You know what I'm saying? We can't. This boy is an amazing footballer, man. He's an amazing footballer, man. But my worry is not the football, man. And we all know what happens when in that Orlando Pirates, if they start to focus on a certain group of players, those ones that get ignored, whatever their bad habits was, gets highlighted to themselves. Like, hey, nothing is happening here for me. Let me rather just do my thing. And he doesn't need that where it gets tilted to one side. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be focused. Do we have the personnel to keep Mbule focused, which we all would love to have him focused? Because oh my goodness, if this boy is focused, which I've seen for about at every team for 3 weeks, I've seen for 3 weeks how devastating this boy can be if he's focused on his job at hand. Then he can be devastating, But after that, we can also see how disastrous it can be if it's not going Sipho Mbule's way. That is my worry. That is my worry. The excitement is what he can do. We know his ability, but my worry is more than my excitement.
Mark, is this a positive signing for Orlando Pirates? Looking at the player.
Cheesy, I share the same sentiments as a lot of people. I think the biggest challenge that we have first is that we are too much complimentary towards Usipho, in terms of his talent. And for me, talent is something that South Africa don't lack. You know, we have in abundance. We have seen many great players in the country. You know, so I think what also now makes his situation maybe abantu think that he's special and he's better than that one and this one. And for me, I think Usipho needs to be a little bit humble, you know, and feel a little bit lucky and appreciate the opportunity that he's getting, you know, and also use the opportunity that he's getting from the club and to pay back the club, because honestly, the club is they are putting their head on the block. Um, they are saying they are of course they want to make a statement in terms of signing, and we can speak about his football until tomorrow. He's a brilliant player, he's a top player. But football, you know, it's not only about playing, it's about psychological mindset,
Yeah.
you know, attitude,
Mm.
what he brings at training. Is he no doubt that he's gonna make the team better. No doubt that he's gonna make training sessions more competitive. No doubt that he's going to bring something better in the club. But is he going to be a role model to Rile, to Nkota, to Silepe? Is he going to be someone that these boys will look up to in terms of behavior, in terms of a leader? Because also he has played in pro football for a long time now. And for me, the first thing that needs to happen with Usipo, he needs to be humble. And from there he needs to appreciate the opportunity that he's getting, and he must also know that he's not the only talented player in the country as well. I think sometimes these compliments towards these players, and they feel sometimes that they are gods. They feel that and also they must remember that we have also played in these kind of teams, and you don't play for Pirates forever. We also thought that we thought that you're gonna play football forever, and we thought that we're gonna earn these kind of amounts forever. And there's a time where it ends. There's a time where the money doesn't come anymore. There's a time that the same amount, that's where you move from 200,000 to 20,000. So he must also think about his future, think about his next step of life. You know, maybe he comes from a
Yeah.
good home where the mother is a doctor and the father is a lawyer. Oh, for sure. But if he wants to build something for himself and for the future as well, because life doesn't only end in with playing, you know. So for me, it's
Yeah.
just a message to Sipo to say, let's be humble a bit. Let's play football. Let's do it for the people that believed in you. Do it for the people, the Orlando Pirates supporters that are excited. Be selfless as a human being, and being
Yeah.
selfless also means that you need to sacrifice, you know, a lifestyle, sacrifice
Yeah.
in nightlife, you know. Don't get excited, you know, because now your life is going to change. This Orlando Pirates changes your life, you know. It's not like the other clubs that he has played for. You know, his profile now as a footballer is going to take a different level as well. So these are things that he needs to be able to manage, and I'm hopeful that people that are around him can advise him better, and also do it for his family as well. I think you don't want your mom, your father, your family to see all this bad stuff said about you and all these bad things happening in your life, and missing training and coming to training drunk and all of these things. I think for me, it's just a message to Sipo to say, let's do things a little bit better now. We know what you can do as a footballer for sure. He must now surprise us and say, can I be a better human being? Can I sacrifice? Can I help my team to become better in terms of mindset, in terms of because he's a match winner as well. He can turn a game, you know, from nothing to something, you know, and we don't doubt that. But he needs
Yeah.
to be a little bit
I,
humble and help also the upcoming youngsters to look up to him.
I I fully agree with you on that one because he's not young anymore. You know, he's not young anymore. I think we're not being judgmental in terms of his off the field antics and that, but we're trying to share some light on things that he can improve, especially joining a team like Pirates. I mean, if you when you play for Orlando Pirates, Mark, you know very well once you step out the door, you know, all eyes are on you. So whatever you do, you must know that everybody is watching you, even your neighbor, you know, is watching you, you know, and you need to be a very good role model because at the end of the day, he's very lucky. I'm gonna say this. He's very lucky because
True.
very few players get these second chances. I think he's been given a lifeline. I mean, coming from Sundowns, loaned out, things didn't go well where he was loaned out. Having to leave Downs now, and you still get an opportunity to go play for another big team. I think it's a second chance at life. I think the only concern that we have is his leadership qualities now. Has he learned from his mistakes? Is he not also gonna spread that energy towards the young players in terms of the off the field antics? Mind you, on the field, the boy is excellent. I love him so much, and that's just a concern that I have. And surely the fans also have that bit of a concern that yes, he's a quality good player, but how is he gonna be around a team that is full of youngsters that needs a lot of leadership? And I'm sure a lot of them respect a player like Sipho because they know his qualities. So
Yeah.
so the concerns that we have, Moeneeb, I think all of us share the same concerns. Maybe he will change and look at life in a different view because players like Junior Kanye, who never got that opportunity after leaving a team like Kaizer Chiefs because of the mistakes that he was doing at the young age. He never got this second chance at life. A player like Lerato Shabang never got a chance. So what is it that Sipho needs to fix so that the fans can start to fall in love with him? He can get back into that national team and help Orlando Pirates win the league. Is he the type of player to help Orlando Pirates reclaim the league?
He has the ability to do all those things. But like Marcus said, I don't know the boy personally, but he has bought into all this hype about what a good player is, and that is what we've been reading in the press. It's like, for me personally as well, and listening to what you guys have commented, it's like he's bought into this. He's believed the hype, But you can see how far that hype has taken him on the football field. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as he steps onto that football field, he has the ability to play unbelievable. Like Marcus said, he's a match winner, But without the off-field things, that ability can only take you that far. It can only take you that far, And what I believe what Marcus said as well is he needs to humble himself. He needs to humble himself to the fact that, listen, you need to start, like, this old saying is where play for the badge in the front and people will remember the name at the back. Clearly his mindset is other way around, But like at Orlando Pirates, it's people remember that you're playing for the badge. And like you say, there's more eyes will be on him now. And hopefully it will force him to think that, hey, listen, something needs to be done. Listen, it hasn't happened at Mamelodi Sundowns. It hasn't happened at Sekakuna. So that is why I'm worried that can it be done here by us? And coming from us knowing what the Orlando Pirates inside structure is all about,
Yeah.
I don't know if that place is going to be able to turn him around. So it's going to be on him. The onus is on him. He has the potential to take this team on the back and make Orlando Pirates one of the best teams in the country. He has that ability. But that is not all that's going to take for him to be the superstar player that he thinks he is. There's going to be that off-field antics. There's going to be that leadership role. It's going to be that role model for players around him whose futures are looking bright, who's decided to listen, I have to put Orlando Pirates first. These youngsters that surround him there that decided, I'm going to put Orlando Pirates first. And their careers are shining now. Now we remember names like Nkota, Mofokeng, and all these Mbokazis, because they decided to play for the badge. And this badge can do amazing things for you. This badge can break you. This badge can make you, and it can break you. I want to hear people chanting the name in the stands. Mbule, Mbule. I don't want to hear Mpuze, Mpuze. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear Mbule. So I'm still hopeful. I'm worried but hopeful. And then he can do it, but it's going to be solely dependent on what he brings to it with his psychological aspect of the game. How is he going to approach this opportunity that he has now?
Yes,
Also,
Mark.
just to extend, Cheese, is that also remember that now Pirates, they play about 50 games per season or per year. 50 games. So physically, psychologically, a a player needs to be in a high, very, very high level for him to play consistently in these games. And I am sure also the club brought him to play a lot of games or to play more and to play a key role in the squad, judging from the how the squad has been built, you know. And this, the nightlife, the social life, the personal life now comes to hand and to say, I need to live better. I need to eat better. You know, we saw in many games that he's carrying a lot of weight as well. You know, can
Yeah.
he? You know, for me is that can he turn himself around himself? You know, because also sometimes also he needs to control his environment and the people that he hangs with and people that he lives with.
Yeah.
You know, because these are the very same people that will say whatever that you guys do in private and tell to the next one, and then it gets to the media as well. So he needs to also to control that environment, you know, those people that are close to him and his friends and family or whatever the case is.
Circle, yeah.
But what is important is the fact that Orlando Pirates now, the next calendar year, they will play about 50 games. And is he the player that is going to be able to play 50 games or 45 of the 50 and play at a really, really high level, you know? So this is what is expected from him, and this is what I'm expecting from him. And I'm hopeful that for me to change his life around and use this opportunity. He can play the World Cup if it does this rightly. But football now is not honestly. That's why when you look at the broader game, there's a lot of how football is been developed now. It's more physical, you know. It's more.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that are playing. There's not a lot of training
Demanding,
sessions.
yeah.
You know, the demands are very high physically as well. So for him to be there, and he needs to eat right, he needs to live right, he needs to, you know, watch his social and personal life as well. So, but let's see. I'm hopeful that he's gonna do well.
El professor.
Pirates,
El
Sipho,
professor.
Spoiler, wherever you are, Ntwana, I
Muruti.
think this is a lifeline, my boy, because at the end of the day, Mfana, you need to look at the long-term goal. I mean, right now, like Mark has said, Ntwana, there's the AFCON, you know, Bafana is in a pole position there. There's the World Cup. So there's great opportunities. And when you play for a team like Orlando Pirates, look at a player like Silepe, 2 or 3 games, already got an opportunity to be part of the Bafana setup, you know. So Pirates has given you a lifeline. You just don't have to, you know, waste it, because once you waste it, I don't think there's any other team that will afford you this opportunity, you know. So yeah, with that being said, in fact, I think that's our advice. You know, I mean, some of us have went through that, but we're a little bit younger, you know, because sometimes people relate to people that have walked the path, you know. I mean, Moeneeb, I remember a stage where I think I was 18, 19, you know, me with the late gift, you know, we would want to escape from camp. We'd want to bring 6-pack of Storm in camp. You know, we felt like, I mean, we young. You know, I can drink and still go play the following day. I can go out and still go play. But like Mark said, it's more demanding now. You know, so there's no way that at his age he'd still want to go out in the nightclubs. You know, he needs to take care of his body if he wants to have a longer career. You know, so yeah, I think advice from us is for him to remain humble. Number one, sort out your private life, you know. Number 3, be a perfect example for the youngsters, because you're going to a team that's got 70% of youngsters, and you are more like a senior player. You won the league at Sundowns, you know, so you bringing that experience to try and rub it off to the players in terms of how it's done, you know, and what do they need to do to sustain themselves, you know. So yeah, I think that's my short message for Spoiler. If any of you guys want to drop him a message, you know, and I also want to know from you, SoccerBeat fans, please, is this the right signing for Orlando Pirates? What's your thoughts on Sipho Mbule's signing at Orlando Pirates? What is it that he's going to bring? And what is it that you would like to see Sipho do in terms of his footballing career? Before I close, guys, you know, you guys can, you know, a message, Nyana, for the boy.
What better? It's simple for me. What better advice would you get from El Professore and Muruti? There's no better advice that you can get. Subscribe to SoccerBeats, and we will keep you in line, my boy. We will keep you in line, because our criticism is constructive. It doesn't come from a place of hate. It comes from a place of care and what we love about this team and what we want for this team. So we'd like to see you subscribe. Get me his number, please, so we can like and subscribe to the show. and we will have interventions with him over here.
Maki,
No, Cheesy, I think you guys have said a mouthful, and again, this comes from a good place. It comes from people that cares for a young boy. You know, we've all been there. You mentioned it, Cheesy, and at some point we had to change and we had to do things a little bit different, and we are the people that we are today. He must use all of the experience now, what he has seen, what he has done, into his advantage, and turn his career around. And we have no doubt about his capability as a football player. And I'm a bit excited to watch the team and watch him play. And all the best to him. And I wish him all the best. And I know that he can do it. He can do it. He can change his life around. And he will be the player that people say he is. But he needs to do certain things and to live a certain life for him to reach that level.
no, with that being said, Mapagania and SoccerBeat lovers, that's it from us. I think the message has been sent out there. Congratulations to Spola, another lifeline, my brother. I think just one more word to you: put God first in everything that you do, my man, and just leave the outside things. Focus on your career, because that's your bread and butter, my friend. You know, and once that is done, and football is a short career, by the way. So yeah, when you turn back, it's gonna be done, and you don't wanna be the player that's thinking I could have done this, could have done that. So from us at SoccerBeat, and out. See you on the next one. Danko.
Thank you.
SoccerBeat, what?